All right, boys and girls, this week in math, we're going to be learning to count four. How to count four, how to recognize the number four, how to write the number four, and we're also going to be counting groups of four objects. So I'm going to be working with you today on pages 13 in your math book and pages 14 in your math book. So pages 13 and 14 we will be doing together. So please follow along with me. Adults at home, you are probably going to have to help with this lesson today. So if your child needs help, please make sure they are asking because they will need some things from you. What we're going to be needing today is some form of counters. I'm not worried about what they are. They could be paper clips, pennies, popcorn, candies, whatever you can think of, cotton balls, anything that you can count. I have red counters I will be using, and we're going to be, first off, we're going to be reviewing the numbers 1, 2, and 3. So that's pretty simple. We know that if there's one counter on the table, it is the number 1. If I add another counter, I have 2, and if I add one more, I have 3. That was our lesson last week when we were counting 1, 2, and 3. And like I've said, today we will be learning how to count 4. So we're going to be using this dot card. You see it right here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 dots on it. So what I want you to do first is to take your counters and arrange them just like the dot card. So when you are finished, it should look like this. Moms and dads, this is when you might need to help them. Grandmas, whoever is there, please make sure that your child is doing this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's our dot card. We are going to arrange our counters in some different patterns. We're going to show the number 4 differently. So we did it to match our dot card. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1 in each corner to make 4. The next way I'm going to arrange 4 is I'm going to put 3 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. What we want to do, what we're trying to do is we're trying to be able to recognize the number 4 objects no matter how they are arranged. We want to get quick and think to ourselves, when I look at this, I know it's the number 4. So the next way I want to arrange my dots, I'm going to put 4 in a row. So I have 0 on the bottom and 4 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 counters. Another way I could do it in twos. You could put 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Just like that. So you can take a minute to play around with your counters and see if you can arrange them in any different way. Remember, you just want to be able to recognize right away that there are 4 counters, okay? You could put them to the side, put the one over here. You could put them all. What if you put them in a group? Would you still be able to recognize the number 4? We just want to get really good at counting the number 4. All right, guys. Next, we are going to turn the page to page 14. There's actually no writing we will be doing today in our math book, so you won't be needing anything but these counters and the pages. I see plates now. We are just going to be doing the same thing. The first thing I am going to do, we're just exploring different ways to arrange the number 4. We are going to count groups of 4 and use the counters to find them. So I am going to place, my first thing I am going to do, the directions on here talk about apples. We're not using apples. We're just going to use whatever you have that you've been using as a counter. It's no big deal. But I'm going to place one of my counters on each of these plates. So now you know that I have 4 counters, 4 plates, right? You should know that even without having to count them. But if you still have to count them, don't be afraid to touch them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Okay? You're going to place 1 counter on each plate, and then we're going to take some away. So I could take 1 away. We should be able from last week be able to recognize 3. 1, 2, 3. I could take another one away, and I would have 2. So please, please just make sure that you're able to recognize I could do this, and I still should be able to know that I have 1, 2 counters. I could add 1. I am back up to 3. And if I add 1 more, I am back in my dot card formation. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So once again, guys, I know this was a little bit different since we didn't have any crayons or pencils to use, but we were just practicing how to arrange the number 4. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be on the Google Meet today at 2:05. So if you need help or want some other examples with this, I will be glad to help you. Don't be afraid to ask the adults at home if you have any questions. You will be doing your workbook pages, the gray and purple pages, on the next slide, and I want you to try to do them by yourself. So you will be doing those pages in your workbook right after this on the next slide. So if you have any questions, once again, please make sure you ask.